Hey everybody, hope all is well. So I want to do this quick video, and I want you to listen to what this gentleman has to say. This is a part that really bothers me, especially given the fact that I was driving and near the mall where I am. I noticed a lady yesterday, and I saw her. I said, I think she's homeless, living in the parking lot. Then I just saw her again today, and I had like maybe less than $100 on me. And so I just pulled in, gave the cash that I had, and I looked in the back seat. She had a teenager back there. A small car, living in it. It's disturbing. I mean, we know that exists, but I don't, it's crazy. And just looking at that kid, really disturbing. Something's got to be done. And for the folks, whether they're on Section A or not, they're all in the same boat. Something's got to, this just cannot be. We can't have more homeless people. It cannot be. We're paying taxes anyway. Something has to be done. It's just not acceptable. Seeing that kid lying in the back seat, and it was a big teenager. Body help, I guess, lost, and it's hot. We're in Florida, the Sunshine State, but just not a way. You can't live like that. It's just cannot live like that. That's just not acceptable. We got a lot of folks on Section A, a lot of people that are not on Section A. So the issue is we got families. This is not human. It's not freaking human. So I want you to look at this video. And then I want to tell you about another thing that no one's talking about. For the people just trying to run a game and not pay your rent, you watch this video, listen to what I'm going to have to tell you. And maybe this is a known factor. It's not a joke. So listen to what this man says. Some people, I don't know if maybe they're so stressed out they're not taking action. It's not a joke. So let's check out this clip. Fair use.
More than 500 families are behind in their rent in Durham, and if they haven't applied for rental assistance by the end of February, they could be evicted.
Yep, CBS 17's Crystal Price shows us what help is out there for folks in need.
Yes, I spent all day here at McDougal Terrace talking to families who are struggling to pay for their rent. Many of them too scared to talk on camera because they're afraid of being evicted. But tonight, DHA is urging all families who are behind in paying for their rent to apply for help before it's too late. Tonight, hundreds of families who live in public housing in Durham are at risk of being evicted.
This is probably the most important issue that we're dealing with right now. 500 plus families that are currently behind in their rent to the tune of about $1 million.
Durham Housing Authority CEO Anthony Scott says they are working hard to get the word out so that those in need can apply for the Durham Rent Relief Program. It's funded by the city and administered by Legal Aid. Scott says families should apply for this help by February 14th.
Because after that point, there's no guarantee that there'll be any available funding because there's not a lot of money. It's almost $6 million, which seems like a lot, but there's a lot of need out there.
DHA is sending flyers and letters to inform families about the resources that are available. The program can help cover past due, current, and future rent payments. Scott says they have 500 families who are behind on payments who have not applied for assistance.
So we must have our residents apply because unfortunately, we're going to have to move to the point of enforcing our lease. This is a very, very avoidable issue in terms of having to file for eviction. It is imperative that our families actually apply.
In Durham, Crystal Price, CBS.
So, of course, that deadline is past February 14th. I hope they did. 500 families at risk. And the government, I'm not hearing anything about increase the Section 8 payment. And here's the deal. Of course, we all have our views. I've got my views, duh. You see them on the show. This is a public housing unit. I guess if they can't pay the difference to come up with the money, they're going to be evicted too, just like anybody else. Like I said, it's universal. It's not just public housing unit people. Working class people, middle class. You'd be surprised people live in the home right now. Oh, we've been paying $1,800. Well, yeah, now they want $2,300. I'm not going to speak for maybe a month. Every month is crazy. So I hope these people took action, because the powers that be, you're pretty much left to your own devices. And everyone is different. My story is different than your story, yours is different than mine. We all walk a different path. And I think now, just seeing that woman and that child in that car homeless, and it's like they set up a little camp, and I'm like, I know this is not going to be tolerated. You know, the cops are going to come by and make them leave. It's in the afternoon, a little warm and muggy. It's a nice little breeze, I would say. Your car becomes your home. And seeing that kid, it's heartbreaking. I mean, we've seen it before, but I don't know, this kind of had me to feel some type of way. Life is going to get a lot more challenging. And here's the other thing I wanted to mention. Besides eviction, for some people, if you get evicted and you have nowhere to go, secure, basically it's like your life is just being your life is literally being uprooted. The other thing is, in some states, if the kids are supposed to be in school and they don't show up, or if they're doing homeschool and they're not checking into the classrooms, the teachers may inquire, and if they can find you, and that's why some people they shun the police. If they can find you and you have children, I can't speak for every state, but in some states, they are taking your children and putting them in the CPS, the foster parent system. So it's enough you lost your home. And I'm not going to harp on poverty D. This right here, just something has to be done. It's enough you lost your home. Now you're living in a vehicle. If the state finds out, the authorities find out, they take your kids. That's what's happening. One couple, I think they have 3 or 4 kids. They already lost 2. They took the other 2 kids and ran because they knew they're going to come after them as well. So yeah. Stock market last year was a great year, best year ever for a lot of investors, especially for me it was. People like myself, yeah, hell yeah. Everybody made bang out dollars. And they put money to the Fed. I just wish they would do something now, because this housing crisis is no joke, people. Imagine you just having to pack up your stuff. And imagine if you had nowhere to go. You don't have any friends with any money. Imagine that. We're at a crisis point. And I'll keep saying beware of poverty D. Sometimes the results of poverty D are already here. We're going to have a lot of good people suffering. And seeing that woman with that kid in the back of that vehicle, all their things in that small car, and some things outside the car. I noticed that, I think, yesterday or the day before. It's just not right. It is. I feel depressed seeing it. Imagine living it. It's just not right. So yeah, can't have all these people homeless. It's just not. This is so un-American. It's just not human. All this darn money, taxpayers' money, being sent overseas. And sure, I know a lot of people, we all make decisions. No one can predict this. We all think, we think differently. We're shaped by our experiences. But women and children, how are you going to sleep in your car at night with the windows up? The price of gas may not be able to even afford gasoline. With the windows down, someone may come in and attack you. We have a real problem. And it's scary. We can't have additional homeless people. It's just not. We just can't. And now, like I said, if the kids don't show up for school, they will take the children and put them into the state. Oh, you don't have a place to live. You can't have the child homeless. And in foster, we know how that goes. So these 500 families, I don't know if you're just thinking nothing's going to happen. I hope and pray that they got to the deadline on time. Being homeless, it's not a joke. What I, just seeing, like I said, of course we've all seen it, but I saw the lady, but then I just saw that kid, that big teenage kid in the back. Where are they going to take a shower? What are they going to have for dinner? How can you sleep comfortably with all this stuff in the back seat and this stuff in the front seat too? They even have some stuff outside the car. So that's why women, we have to make decisions because a lot of responsibility is falling on us. But aside from that, I don't wish this on any decent person. There are some mothers out here, maybe some aren't the best, okay? Got themselves stressed out and all of that, hollering all hyped up. The children deserve a chance. I don't care if it's from Modestina, the children deserve a chance. And they're not going to have it. If we can't secure a place to lay your head, place to sleep and eat, that's just what's needed, a basic need. There's no way in the world the kids are going to have a good future. It's just not. It's just life. Any possibility, a chance of a positive life, I think it's just wiped out. So yeah, so keep that in mind. A lot of people, you get stressed out, having a place to lay your head, no. That's a priority. But they are taking the children. If you get caught homeless and your kids are living in your car, the state will take your child from you. Tragedy on top of tragedy. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's really, it's sad. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. I'm out, and you all, I wish you the best. I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, love, and peace of mind. I'm out.